Okay, yeah. This is not good because there's two of them. And Algren, I really need you to get over here and deal with this one. Actually, now that I think about it, everybody else focus the other one. Wynn should be able to keep... Okay, so he's gonna go over here.
Allow me. I can do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.
What's in here? I'll take that. Eighth
day we hated as she is violated.
Well, no, duh.
Ninth day she grins and devours her kin.
Aren't you full of sunshine and rainbows?
Now she does feast as she's become the beast. First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us.
The actress that they got to do this did a very good job, but it's very creepy.
What is this? An elf? Exotic and impossible. Feeding time brings only kin and clan. I am cruel to myself. You are a dream of strangers' faces and open doors.
Is this Darkspawn corruption? It looks different.
Corruption. The men did that. Their wounds festered and their minds left. They are like dogs, marched ahead, the first to die. Not us, not me, not Laren. We are not cut. We are fed. Friends, and flesh, and blood, and bile, and all I could do was wish Laren went first. I wished it upon her so that I would be spared. But I had to watch. I had to see the change. How do you endure that? How did Branka endure?
Are you from Bronca's house?
Do not talk of Branka, of what she did. Ancestors preserve us. Forgive me. I was her captain, and I didn't stop her. Her lover, and I could not turn her. Forgive her. But no, she cannot be forgiven. Not for what she did. Not for what she has become.
What did she do, Hespith? What did a Bronca do?
I will not speak of her. What she did. Of what we have become. I will not turn. I will not become what I have seen. Not Laren. Not Branka.
Well,
This place makes my skin crawl.
I don't blame you.
She became obsessed. That is the word, but it is not strong enough. Blessed stone, there was nothing left in her but the anvil.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the best idea, Hector, but whatever.
I'm off.
Oh, great. It's more codex. More reading! The mask will have an effect, he says. As long as it lifts us out, I figure. Should have specified within my lifetime. Gives us time to talk, he says. How's a dwarf get named Shepherd? No, really, because blah, blah, blah. Axe answers, but I still hear him. Drip, ground, drip, ground. Worse than his talking. Think I'll drop out for some air. Excerpt Dwarven verse in 1 volume. Selection load limit reached. Anonymous scratching recovered from a case choiced. Eventually. I believe this is supposed... that is most definitely a reference to Mass Effect.
We tried to escape, but they found us. They took us all. Turned us.
Okay, so what I'm going to go out on a limb here and say is that this is where we're supposed to go. Believe that. Well, I think this... Ah, key required. That means we have to go that way. But yeah, that is most definitely a Mass Effect
I'm off.
reference.
Orzammar. I thought it would have fallen into dust by now.
Thank you for shade. The stone has a will that surrounds and directs. She guides even when we are willfully blind to her influence. But as she is not pure, stone bears a corruption as old as balance. For the dwarves to prosper, the Gangu, the wasted and unstable rock, must be cut away. But like the stone, the Gangu also has an influence. Each of us must face this, must carve the worst of ourselves away. But the Legion of the Dead bears a unique responsibility. Only the forlornly adorned of the Legion can face the Gangu, can cut into the darkness that afflicts the raw stone. She encircles us, and we must protect her. Here, where darkness meets light. The Legion of the Dead inscription undated.
All right.
Huh? Okay. Casualty. Darius Farrell, Lieutenant, found dead with his squad. The corpse was left untouched, suggesting the Darkspawn feared his spirit even in death. His ferocity defending his men was operated by survivors before they succumbed to corruption. It is rare for a soldier's actual death to exceed the honors given in his enlistment, but Farrell was an odd one, an agitator. His eccentric promises were disruptive, and I fear his death may demoralize more of the Legion than actually hurt his fantasies firsthand. He was committed to the stone within his insignia, as honorable a burial as we can manage with the spawn at our heels, but officially he has formed a second front. Better his foolish hopes be diluted by time than killed outright. From a bi-weekly casualty report by Sergeant Unger.
Time for more. Yes.
The men they kill, they're merciful. The women, they want to touch, to mold, to change until you are filled with them.
More creepiness. So, I'm a quick save.
All right.
They took... Laren. They made her eat the others, our friends. She tore off her husband's face and drank his blood.
Keep going.
Codex updated. T 310 towers. They named it a blight, the third by their reckoning. It was just the fight to our ancestors continued even though it shifts setting. The hordes that press their borders surge and release, spilling across the surface. They fortify and follow. It was not their way to let the enemy rest. 325 towers. The surface kingdoms declare victory. The horde is crushed, the push halted, and celebrations begin as humans thank the skies and their maker. Beneath their gaze and their feet, Darkspawn retreat to the steps of our tides. New front lines are drawn across old. They settle into breathe. The memories say, as happened twice before, and likely in the darkness before that. In chapters 14 and 17 of Stellata and Nagat, Stone and Held, a commentary on the roll of years by Shaper aired.
And while she ate, she grew. She swelled and turned gray, and she smelled like them. They remade her in their image. Then she made more of them.
Do 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 do. Proving the lineage of the dead cast house symbol could lead to the Legion of the Dead being considered a form of noble house in its own right, must be entered into the memories and the shaper if the validity of the claim is to be tested.
Yes. I'm off.
Brood mother.
Level up. Next. Then we'll put that passive on there. Unless we're about to see one of the most creepy things in the game. Part of the reason why it's rated M. Okay, so... might as well try. Oh crap. Are these guys unable to help? Wait a minute.
I
you like.
sent some Darkspawn!
It's
Saving
right.
the day. Piss, piss! All right.
That went way better than I expected it to.
That's where they come from. That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us. But the true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love. The stone has punished me, dream friend. I am dying of something worse than death. Betrayal.
going.
Effort, silverite. Effort's gloves. Oof. Oof. I'm gonna need to do some serious sell all this crap stuff. Alright, so... this is where she was at. And you can guess she probably jumped. Or was it somewhere up here? Anyway. That's where we came from. Deep roads aren't taking as long as I thought they would.
If Bronca is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
What was that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Shave my back and call me an elf. Bronca? By the stone! I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Embryn dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side.
He is dead, yes, and the assembly is deadlocked.
Then what is your involvement in this? Why would a surfacer be interested in dwarven politics? You must have a patron. A highly placed patron. And they must want something in particular. Now, what might that be? I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very Darkspawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here. So close I can taste it.
But of course there's a catch.
The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradon himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
Does that include Hespeth and the others of your house?
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the Anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caradon's maze, and out to where the Anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon.
You are also kind of a pain in the tuchus, is what you are. Okay, I kinda sort of remember this place being a little bit longer than I would like it to be. Like, there should be a... Destroy...
Yes.
Test Caradon's traps. There's no way to break through except for... They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespeth. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices. As many sacrifices as are needed. She shouldn't have gone. She was pledged to me. She swore she'd do whatever it took to find the Anvil. There was no other choice. Most of them were dying of the taint already. Some of them were transforming. I knew it would be endless supply, fresh Darkspawn to test the traps. They could still serve me. Let me find the Anvil. It was the only way.
Point me. Yes. Not bad.
your order is renowned for its wits as well as its brawn. Perhaps you'll do better. And my poor clansmen, there's something about this place. Makes people...
Saving the day. I'm off.
I never liked this part.
Yes.
Are you a fast talking dog?
Enough.
That's one for me.
Look over there! Another point for me.
Yeah, Bronca is obviously crazy.